Well, hi, Eric, and welcome to the Gingerbread Group. Everybody, I just want to introduce you to Eric Hirsch. He's one of our top contributors here in the Gingerbread Group, and you have seen one of his, or probably have followed one of his story about the gingerbread house or gingerbread building that masterpiece, I should say, that he has created, that we got to watch throughout this whole entire year. And we all have enjoyed so much. And so I asked Eric to join us today just to be a part of this group and just to get to know him a little bit more because he is such a great contributor to the group. So please welcome Eric, and he lives in Connecticut. And welcome, Eric.
I'm very glad to be here.
Good. Eric, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get started in gingerbread competitions?
Well, the gingerbread part of my life really started very, very late.
Hmm?
I grew up in upstate New York, joined the Navy very early in my life, married the girl next door, retired from the Navy. Then I went into heavy industry. Within the heavy industry, I was driving trains, driving semi trucks. It was a very brutal job. I got to the point where my back gave out, had to have surgery done, and had to go to another career. So the baking ended up being a third career, and my daughter was the one who told me to go to culinary school. So in 2009, I went to school,
Oh, nice.
and I was stuck in school with teenagers. Now, I'm 62 now. So you go back, I was in my 50s with all these teenagers. I had a blast.
Oh,
It,
good.
it was actually a very good time.
They
I
kept you
went to
young.
Link, I went to Lincoln Culinary in Hartford, Connecticut.
Hmm.
My lead instructor was Chef Tracy. She taught me everything. I also teamed up with another chef. She taught me the competition end. This was off from my normal class time. And then there was Chef Jen. Chef Jen taught a class on a Saturday. It was kind of an elective thing if you wanted to do it. I decided to, and it was gingerbread.
Oh, wow.
We made a birdhouse. This birdhouse looked terrible after I was done. I posted it on the site. I'm sure if people go back through all the different pictures, you will see this
I've seen it, and
birdhouse.
it's not terrible at all. It's great. It's actually a cute gingerbread house and very nice.
And she, for some reason, gingerbread really stuck with me. Over the years, I have built golf houses, I've built trade buildings, I draw my own plans. So gingerbread really fit in what I was doing. I I made my own presses so I can make windows and doors.
Hmm.
I showed them to the chefs at Foxwoods. In my first year, we made 250 houses using those windows and doors.
Oh, wow.
So it was very, very popular.
Yeah.
The following year, they allowed me to make my own design off of the basic house. And hold on, I have a prop. Now, many, many times I've heard people ask on the site about templates, houses, size, all of that. Right in this little tiny piece is
Hmm.
4 houses.
Wow.
There's a store, a house, and a combination of both. This is made out of foam board. I cannot stress enough. Foam board, the nice thing about it is it's the thickness of the gingerbread. So once you cut it out and you build it, that is how big your building's going to be.
Oh, wow.
While I was at Foxwoods, I did a competition in Delhi, New York at the university, and it was a wild card gingerbread. If people look back through our photos within the group, they'll find this really weird looking uh, space flower looking thing.
Okay.
You have to go way back to the beginning.
Oh, was it a space shuttle? Was it the space shuttle
No,
one?
that it's before that one. It's
Okay.
more of a flower and it's got these bugs on the side.
Okay.
It's really wild. I got a bronze out of that. I was very happy. Well, no, I wasn't happy. I wanted more.
You wanted more.
It was my first taste of the gingerbread competitions. It was through the ACF, which is American Culinary Federation.
Mhm.
They're a very tough group. We as pastry people get judged by people that work savory with meat
Mm.
and all of that. So it's a very hard thing to sit there while you're being criticized by somebody that cooks meat and you bake bread.
Yes. Yes.
It really started dawning on me that gingerbread is not about the medals and the trophies. It's, do the people walk away happy? You go into what I did this year. It's been a very long process in my mind to build this thing.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic started,
Mm-hmm.
which changed the gingerbread competitions for this year completely.
Yes.
It changed everything. I wanted people to be able to see this. I wanted them to visualize it because it's virtual. You can see it live at the museum, but it was more of a, are the people going to walk away happy?
Yes.
I want people to smile and forget about everything for at least 5 minutes.
Oh, that's one of the things I wanted to ask you. How heavy was that piece?
Okay, the top piece where you see a lot of gingerbread,
Mm-hmm.
I would say came in around 50, maybe 60 pounds, because my wife did not have any problems with lifting it up,
Okay.
put it on top at the museum. The bottom piece, thankfully, my next door neighbor is a welder. So he's got strength.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to take an end, and there were others of us that were carrying the other end up and out of the steps. That was probably maybe 350 pounds.
Oh, wow.
It was a heavy, heavy piece.
So what was the base made out of?
Okay, the base. Now, if you look back at all my other pieces I've done, I always have about a 3-inch bottom piece
Mm-hmm.
that starts to tell the story. I really feel that you've got to have a fancy base on the bottom to make a person say, okay, the base is part of the story.
Yes.
I did a couple of years ago, I did a sea serpent with the White House and the mansion and the ship. At the base were seashells and the mixture of beans.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a lot of when you go into a grocery store, look at the products. Say, how can I use that in my gingerbread? I love, what was that one posting somebody did not too long ago with what unusual things can we use with gingerbread?
Yes.
Oh, that one was a blast. I loved it.
Yes.
That was great.
Yes.
You've got to look outside the box when you're doing these. Anyway, going back, where were we going back to?
The base of
editing.
Your masterpiece. You were talking about your masterpiece and the base of it, and how much. How long did it take you to create that piece?
Okay, that piece, I started in April.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that there are people within the group that say edible only. Well, the competition that I do, you can use non-edible.
Okay. Well, not. And one of the pictures I love from what you showed us was the view from a 4-year-old child. And so I could imagine that whenever you go and look at it and you go, wow, like to them, that's huge. I mean, to